All right, welcome back to another episode of Paul's Collectibles. Today we are on episode 3 of my overview of my 3 3/4 inch Star Wars action figure collection. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. If you see anything you like, please let me know. If you have any requests, by all means, put a comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And if you're a returning viewer, I really appreciate it. Apparently you're a glutton for punishment or just bored to tears because we're all stuck at home during this COVID thing right now. So I appreciate it nonetheless. With that, let's get into it. This is my Phantom Menace collection. Probably contains some of the oldest figures I have just based on when the movie came out chronologically. So let's take a look and go through them, see if we can find any strange anomalies or anything they may have messed up or did differently than we think. All right, here's a quick overview of the figures. As you'll see, they come in 3 different collections, as they call it, which is more like waves. That top one up there is collection 3 with the red or reddish orange band at the bottom. This one in the middle is actually collection 1 is what they're calling it. Those are the figures of which I have the most, obviously. And then down below here, you have what is considered to be collection 2. And I've only got 3 of those. So let's take some close-up looks and see what we can see with these. All right, this is Mace Windu. He is from collection number 3. And we already talked about him briefly. Just to go over this really quickly though, he has a blue lightsaber and he's supposed to have a purple lightsaber. All right, next up we have Ki-Adi-Mundi, also from collection 3. He's got what appears to be a purple lightsaber, unless my vision's going. But anyway, once again, these are the ones that have the contact chips, and the backs of Wave 3 all look the same. And a brief description of Ki-Adi-Mundi there. And then we have Adi Gallia. And if you look at her lightsaber, it almost looks red. And then of course, same back as everyone in the collection. Well, no, that back looks a little different, doesn't it? She is collection 3. Yep. All right. Now let's move on to collection 1 of the Revenge of the Sith. There is Obi-Wan Kenobi in his robes. And in case you weren't sure, they put a new sticker in the corner of his bubble there to let you know he was new. That's the interesting is he has his lightsaber, but it's also got a disabled mantle as well so that the blade's not coming out. And then the back of that one, those are the figures they have on the back on that one. Now, this is the next one in that series. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi, but this time he's dressed a little bit lightly, ready for combat, ready to get it on with Darth Maul and some robots. And that's what the back of that card looks like. And the brief description of Obi-Wan. No cloak, as you can see, and no hilt this time. Moving right along, we're going to go with Darth Maul. He's also dressed a little light, ready to do some combat, jumping around, got his double-bladed lightsaber. And they're calling this one the Jedi Duel because he doesn't have his full cloak on. In the back of this one, there's the brief description of Darth Maul. Evil personified. Wow. Okay. That's pretty serious business. And those are the figures that they show in the back. And then of course, in keeping with our theme so far, there's Darth Maul, but this time he's got his cloak on and his lightsaber's only got one side lit up as opposed to being double bladed in that other figure. New sticker on the bubble there, just in case you weren't sure, especially since these are from collection 1. The evil Sith Lord Darth Maul learns the power of the dark side. Yep, if you watched the movie, we're aware of that. Okay, next let's move on to Qui-Gon Jinn. And in keeping with the dual figure theory, Qui-Gon here is on Naboo, apparently according to this. He's got his lightsaber, and it's got the handle with no blade in it, and he's wearing his robe. And if you flip him over, there's the figures that they show. We've seen that before. And a wise and powerful Jedi. Yeah, right up until he dies. Okay. And then of course, let's take our robes off and get serious business. Jedi duel. Time to fight with some robots or Darth Maul. And to show they mean business, they've got him in profile now as opposed to looking right at the camera. That's what he looks like with his green lightsaber. And then we'll flip this over. And he's still a wise and powerful Jedi according to this. And that's what the back of that card looks like. And then I only have the one version of this. So if there's another version out there without his robe on, I don't have it. But that's Anakin Skywalker right at the end of the movie when they went ahead and made him a Jedi Padawan. You can see he's got his little ponytail on the right there. And of course, once again, that new sticker. This is the only one of these that has this, but it says, look for the video with Hasbro Toy Savings inside. So I guess if you bought, that looks like a VHS cassette. That tells you how old this movie is. And then that's what the back of this one looks like. They describe him as exceptionally force sensitive. And he escaped slavery, and there are all the figures they have on the back for him. All right, now we're going to move on to Collection Wave 2. I have one Yoda from this collection, and he looks like this. He's got some really dark furrowed brow. They did a really good job of matching that puppet that they used originally in the movie. He doesn't seem to come with a lightsaber, but he does have his Jedi Council chair because, you know, you want him sitting around on the job as often as possible. And then you switch onto the back here. Those are the figures that come in that wave. I'm covering one of them. And they describe him as an esteemed Jedi Master. Alrighty. And then here we have Chancellor Palpatine. Well, I guess he was Senator Palpatine in this movie with his Senate Cam droid. Not a bad figure. I bought that because obviously, in a minute we'll see, he's a political and tactical mastermind. Wow. All right, good for him. Only a few figures in that wave, apparently. This is wave 3, like I said. And finally, worst kept secret ever. Here's Darth Sidious. And I love how they don't put that his name is Sheev Palpatine or that he's Emperor Palpatine at any point in the bottom of this, because at this point in the movie, he hadn't taken over. But like I said, worst kept secret ever. This is the same guy as the figure that I just showed you, and it's really dusty. Look at that. And on the back of this one, he is cloaked in flowing robes and shrouded in evil. Yeah, I love the dramatic writing on the back of these. And that's a pretty short wave, looks like. Oh, there's a price tag on this one. At least they were nice enough to put it down on the bottom. So, all right. That is the Phantom Menace wave that I have, and I hope you enjoyed that. Didn't find anything really exciting or out of the ordinary, but like I said, worst kept secret ever. And with that, we will see you next episode. Thanks for joining me.